views and opinions expressed on The Big Llama Show are those of the host and guest. They do not reflect that of our sponsors, advertisers, or employers. Enjoy the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
Yeah, it's in the she ruckus. Dead beat, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Wagon to the million, Louis V about that. Stacking people limitless, what you know about that? I'm getting paper, seats in the club, hands up in the air. Wagon to the million, Louis V about that. Stacking people limitless, what you know about that?
What's up, internet friends and the Llama Corral and everybody alike? Welcome to the Big Llama Show. It's Memorial Day weekend. Hope you guys have some time to reflect and to spend some time with loved ones. I'm glad that tonight you're spending your Sunday night with me on Memorial Day weekend, but this show is not me alone. It must be done with a co-host, and I have the best co-host in the business, Blackout AD, man. Welcome to the show, my friend.
What's going on, brother? And I'd say arguably top 5 co-hosts right now, but one day I'll be the best.
Top 5 all time
yeah,
hosts.
Of course.
So nothing, man. I mean, like I said, we cut it close tonight again. I was having Sunday dinner with the family. We just got back from watching Top Gun Maverick down in West Palm, so had to scurry back home and go see grandma and have dinner with her, and it just we were right up to the moment. We're like, all right, we got to go. I think I walked in here with 10 minutes to spare, walked into my house, just turned everything on and just started the show. So, listen, we got a busy weekend. And I'm thankful that it's busy. That's for sure.
Yeah.
What about you, man?
I was definitely worried. I was streaming and I was like, it's 2 minutes until the show. I don't see him. But nothing, man. Busy weekend of streaming, you know what I mean? Continuing the grind. Playing a lot of Pokemon this week. I think that really brought a new element to the stream and more eyes, I think. So I'm just continuing to be consistent with it,
No, for sure. And I think you've had some shiny, right? Some shiny Pokemon that you got.
Oh yeah, shiny Pokemon,
3, right?
Listen,
3 this week, right?
Yeah, I got 3, which I wish I got more, but then I decided to shiny hunt one that takes super long. So I'm kind of I don't know if I was just actually playing the game through because it gets easier once you beat the game, and I haven't, honestly, none of these new games I haven't beat. So I just kind of want to make the content right now. Shiny hunting's fun and stuff, but it gets a little taxing. You're doing the same thing over and over again. But I mean, the reward is high. My reactions were, I think, some of my best content so far.
Yeah, no, it was great. Like I said, I'm not sure what's going on, my old brain, but you're very excited about it. I'm like, damn. But
just think about it. Easiest way you could put it is think if you got a pack of cards and one of them's holographic. It's you know what I mean? So that's basically what's happening. It's just I'm searching for that one holographic card, and I'm like, when I get it, you see what happens because you see the work I put in too.
It's a lot of work. I see it, and then I think you do some maintenance after, right? After you're leveling up the different Pokemon.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of work to it. So it's not just automatic. So no, that's good. That's good. Let's start before we, let's run down the show list of things we want to talk about. We may or may not get to them, but I think we had listed that Obi Wan, the Obi Wan series is out. You said you had a hot take, I think, so I'll be interested to hear that. And I think that's what I heard from our text exchange. We have Stranger Things that just came out, that just dropped. We've got Top Gun Maverick, which is something I wanted to talk about. Thor Love and Thunder has a whole new trailer. I mean, not a really busy week movie-wise, but just there's a lot of things going on. I think there was Star Wars Celebration that was happening, and they were releasing, different snippets of things we already knew were coming. But, in case, again, it's up to the chat, really. If we can get to these topics, that's great. If not, we go with what the chat says. And, of course, it is Memorial Day weekend, so I want to hear barbecue stories. I want to hear what your plans are. If you guys are in the chat, let me know. And then anything that you're planning on doing tomorrow for Memorial Day itself. Obviously, Memorial Day is pretty somber. It's to recognize those who've given the ultimate sacrifice for their country and serving in the military. And so you want to, remember their service. So I would always say watch a good war movie, a good war flick, to just kind of let you know what their sacrifice is. But up to you guys how people celebrate. Some people celebrate different ways. So anyway, let's see what the chat's going. Let's see what's going on with the chat. Now this is weird because now you're an administrator. Now you're official, right? Administrator.
Yeah.
on,
So
on
now
the,
I can actually see the chat.
You can see the chat from all angles. So if there's anything I miss, AD, let me know for sure because I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Big homies talking about drop your subs, likes, and comments. All hail the Goose Egg King. And I think that was for you right on the stream.
No, he's talking about Gabe.
Oh,
Goose Egg, 0.
Oh, God.
Straight zeros.
Roman too raw.
He has to lead Blackout all time of Goose Eggs.
Oh, dear God.
You're pretty close next to him. No,
yeah. I can't talk shit. That's for sure. Big homie says share the link with your flock and welcome to the corral for sure.
Let's go.
Make sure you have your high quality H2O. There we go.
Yo, we didn't even plan that. That was not planned.
Wasn't even planned. We could clip that shit. Let's go. Big homie. If you're watching this on Twitch, you're watching this on Blackout AD's Twitch stream. So make sure you drop those ADs in the chat. Make sure you subscribe, follow this guy. Make sure that you are supporting his channel for sure. And another thing. So last week we hit the 1,000 subscriber mark. Mm-hmm. So I believe again, not pushing for donations or anything, but if you feel so inclined, the channel now accepts super chats, super badges, which helps support the channel. So if you're so inclined to do that. I don't care. It's not. I'm not pushing for that. But damn, that's a whole new element. You can even tip videos, which I didn't know that. I turned that feature on. So hey, we got to pay some bills around here for sure.
Yeah, man. It's just the evolution of the channel. Like I think about it in terms of because like you always say like subscribe to my channel, and like a part of me is like feels like don't tell them that because they have to pay for the subscription. But I feel like it's a good way to I don't know. There's a weird feeling of like I don't want to like express it and tell people to do it, but then it's like you should kind of especially if I want to like personally want to make this a career. It's like I should promote that. I should be like feel a little bit. I'm putting in hard work on the stream. Like nobody sees the behind the scenes and how long it takes on my stream. So it's like why not promote it? Same thing with your videos. How long you edit your videos? How long? Just to watch it, post it. Promote it. Like I think we deserve to kind of like push those things and not really feel bad about it.
Yeah, it's a weird concept.
It's weird, super for sure.
Right, to be like, hey, pay me or pay for this service. But like I said, I'm saying this that I think those things are great. If I think as the channel evolves, if there's good reasons to sort of pay for things, we'll put that out there because I think the more content we put out there, the more exclusive we want it to be for some folks that really want to support the channel. But I think right now we're growing still, and I think again, if you want to help and support the channel, it's great. My whole goal is to take whatever funds and dollars I make right now and keep reinvesting it in the channel, equipment and different types of things for the channel, and then. That's my goal right now because I do want to keep evolving the channel. So if there's super chats on here. If you want to do that, that'd be great. If not, totally up to you. That's for sure. We're moving on down here. We got Blackout Rave.
That's the ADs. It just
the ADs, right?
It spazzes like that, and it just says the title of it, which is weird.
Oh, I was like, damn, Blackout Rave for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, Stream Elements is in the chat. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's go, Stream Elements.
Stream Elements.
All faithful every day.
He's there the whole time.
All the time watching. He's always watching.
Baltimore says, damn, I'm not even real.
Hey, my boys, I'm not even real. He's on that Pokemon Go. See, everybody tells me about Pokemon Go, and there's shinies in that too. But I'm like, I don't see maybe because I just like a certain type of Pokemon. I would like to get more into Pokemon Go now that I can bring them in my game as well. So that's kind of cool too.
Yeah, no, for sure. Hey, Big Homie says that water fist bump needs to be the thumbnail. We both lifted. I like that. That was nice. Let's see. We got Ace in the house. Yo,
Yo, what up, Ace?
Gabe's in the
Hey.
house.
Roman 2 Rizzle.
Jacob in the chat. What up, Lid?
Kid.
I was like, what's Lid? Again, I'll just
New
say
terms.
I'm old. I'll just say whatever you guys say. You guys can make me say some dumb shit, but
It's for
blackout baby for
it's
sure.
satire. You gotta tell them.
I got it. I understand. I understand. All right. So, also, this is for Birdie. I don't know if Birdie's on the chat, but, we had the passing of Ray Liotta, which I know Birdie is one of Birdie's favorites in Goodfellas. And he was just in that Saints of Newark, the most recently, where he played two characters. And I didn't really like it too much. But, I mean, I liked the movie, but I think it was like weird that he was playing two characters that looked exactly the same. But no, man, the guy passed away. What's that?
Were they twins?
I think they were related, but I don't know like what exactly was the reason for that. But I did watch a little bit of Goodfellas in honor of him. I tweeted that out, but it's yeah, it just again he apparently natural causes. He just died in his sleep. So just a good time to sort of recap some of his career highlights. I unless somebody in the chat has something that they want to contribute, I just wanted to mention that because I know Birdie was a big fan and I was a big fan too. So R.I.P. to Mr. Ray Liotta, and hopefully his family's doing well during these trying times.
Yep, R.I.P.
R.I.P. All right, so what do you want to talk about first, man?
We got somebody new in the chat.
Oh, do we? Oh, okay. Yeah. Here we go.
And Troll, what's going on?
Hey, welcome, man. Welcome to the channel, man. Again, we have nothing but love for our folks in the chat. So welcome, man. We appreciate you.
Yep. Oh, so for topics, I would like to talk about Thor, maybe if you want, but
let's go.
Yeah, there's a couple topics like the Obi Wan. My hot take. I kind of want to get to that actually. Let's get to that because I know you're looking forward to it. But my hot take is like, I don't think anybody really cares about these Star Wars shows.
You know,
I'm gonna be very honest. Like when a Marvel show comes out, there's a different energy. When these announcements for like you said, it was the Star Wars. What was it? Star Wars
Celebration
or Star Wars Celebration, and they announced Andor and another I think an animated show. But I don't see the hype for these shows, and like even Obi-Wan, like people are saying it's good. I'm gonna watch it, but I even still haven't watched Mandalorian or Boba Fett because they didn't like, I don't know, there wasn't hype around it. So I was just like, seeing Obi-Wan, I was like, I'll get to it if I get to it. Like I'm not pressed for it. And when I'm looking around for reviews and stuff to like look, it's like nobody's really hyped. Not like you see with Marvel, and it's hard to compare Marvel, but if there is something that can compare to Marvel, it is the Star Wars universe. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of confused. I don't know. I know you're a little bit more into the Star Wars lore and stuff, so I'm sure you got a different perspective. But that was my hot take. I was just like, I don't feel it. Like I don't feel the streets aren't talking about this.
No, I have to agree with you. As big a fan as I am, and I think that's why I care about it. Is I am a big fan of Star Wars. But if I'm realistic, right, and I look at this from the outside perspective, it's not creating the buzz that I think it should, or that they're expecting. And you're right. Some people don't really care about this because it's not really tied into anything that leads to something new. Yeah. And so Marvel is kind of, even though I think Mandalorian was really great, but it can work standalone. It's a really fun series that can work standalone. And that's the problem I think that people have with trying to compare Marvel and Star Wars, is that Star Wars stories can be their own stories and they don't have to be linked to Luke and Leia and all that stuff. Yeah. Although everyone tries to do that every single time. But Marvel has to continue that sort of ongoing story. So I have to agree. I have to agree with your take, even though I thought the show was pretty magnificent. But I do want to get to a comment in the chat here. So Ant Troll, because again, I want to show you, Ant, that we read everything. He wants advice from us, and I'm sure he's just trolling us, which is fine. We're going to indulge you, Ant, if that's what you're doing.
I hope you slept with both of them.
Right. How do I tell my girlfriend that I slept with her twin sister? Do
you got an answer? I want to know the PC answer, and then I got my not so PC answer.
Okay, so the PC answer is It might have been a mistake. Maybe you didn't know,
Wow.
right? Maybe you didn't know, right? Sometimes it's
She
the twin
tricked you?
sisters. She tricked you, right? It wasn't me. You're Shaggy. Um, but for the non PG take, I'll send it over to my buddy AD. So AD, what would you say to this guy?
I'll just straight up tell her when you guys get in an argument, just throw it at her. Like, that's why your sister's head's better than yours. You throw something like that, and then she's gonna know. You know what I mean? And hopefully the anger turns to lust, and now you have a threesome situation. It's like, oh wow. You know what I mean?
Got to look at the bright side of things, I guess, and be optimistic. Again, I'm thinking the guy it's a mistake that the guy had. So, how do you tell your girlfriend? I would say you tell her it's a mistake.
yeah.
And you would use it as ammo and fire. So, so Andrew Troll, if you are legitimately asking this question, you're not just trolling us, there's your answer. Even if you're trolling us, we had fun with it anyway. So thank you so much for that comment.
Don't troll me, troll your sister.
Yeah, tell your twin it was me. All right, anyway, Gabe says, I don't care for Star Wars not going to cap.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be into it. That's the thing. I feel like with Star Wars, it's the one thing, and like growing up, because I watched the like episode 1 to 3 in theaters, and then like I think I admitted on stream, but like I don't remember all of the Star Wars. Like I know I've seen at least one of them in full. I don't remember seeing all the old ones in full, but being a fan of the first, like episode 1 to 3, like I thought I was a Star Wars fan until I started growing up, and now that these shows are out, I feel like I'm more like the casual, and this is like compared to like I feel like maybe like Mama Llama level of casual when it comes to Star Wars now, because there's so much lore that I don't know about. I don't really care to go into it. Sometimes I'll find myself with like what if theories on Star Wars stuff, and like I'll get like a little nerdy in that way. But other than that, I'm not really like looking into the Star Wars lore, which maybe I should, because maybe that's why I'm not as excited for this. But just as that low level, like I'm interested in Star Wars, not really like super lore heavy. These shows don't seem like they're hitting. Well, no,
listen. I like I said, this show, because it has a tie-in to the original Star Wars, like it's leading into the original Star Wars story. There was always that gap of time to say, okay, from the end of episode 3 to episode 4, what happened in between?
Yeah.
And so it's intriguing. The Obi Wan story is intriguing. The show itself, the first 2 episodes are really well put together. Like it's cinematic, and they put the money in this show. Like you can tell when they skimp on some stuff, but on this show, I think they went full bore. You got A-list celebrities from top to bottom. You've got, they even recap the prequels in the first episode. So, and then, we were all wondering, like, because it's always leading up to Anakin or Darth Vader versus Obi-Wan. Like, when were they going to show him? In episode 2, you get a glimpse. I'm not spoiling anything. It's in the commercials, but you get a glimpse. And so I think that starts to satisfy some people who came just for that. But listen, Star Wars has struggled, man. Like Mandalorian was a hit. Boba Fett was trash. Like it wasn't not trash, but it wasn't like what they expected, and it wasn't that great.
Especially for a character like Boba Fett, because that's like a beloved character.
They really like screwed it over. I don't know why or what happened, but like it had the promise, and then the Mandalorian had to save it. Like honestly, like 4 episodes in, like you were getting bored, and all of a sudden episode 5 was the Mandalorian's episode, and he was in there for the rest of the episodes, and it was a pretty good ending, but it just didn't hit right, and it made Boba Fett look like an ass. So pissed off a lot of people. But no, I mean, listen, they haven't capitalized on owning the properties. They've been screwing things over, and I think it starts with the last 3 movies that came out.
Yeah.
Not one singular vision, man. You didn't have a Feige that was over it to say, here's how we're doing it. You had 3 different directors or 2 different directors, 2 different stories. Like they just really screwed it up. The second, I would tell you, The Last Jedi was horrific. I didn't like it, even though people liked it. I didn't care for it too much.
It was enjoyable, but
yeah, I mean
the whole, just the storyline. We always talk about storylines here. That's a big thing for us. But the storylines of the 3, it didn't just make it. It was like the first one was leading into like something so great. I felt like I was super excited after watching the first one.
Yeah.
And I was excited for the Rey character. I was excited for Kylo Ren. I thought he was a dope like villain and like the ties they had. So I was like, man, they're setting us up, and it was just like a bunch of mid. They just dropped a bunch of mid. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The next two movies were mid, and it's like when it comes to and you know we talk about Kevin Feige and what Marvel does, but if you don't have that person that has the vision already, because it's clear like Kevin Feige worked on all the X-Men and all that. So he's been building this vision for a long time. If you don't have somebody with that kind of vision, then as a company and as a company with a property like Star Wars, you kind of have to attack it in a different way. And I think that's something that DC had to learn. They're learning. You know what I mean? I think Obi-Wan has the most eyes because of that Vader connection. And it's
Yeah.
the one that connects to the stories that we grew up with. And I think that kind of when people think about Star Wars in the grand scheme of things, they only think of like Luke, Layla, Anakin, the prequels like that. They don't really think of like the galaxy that is the galaxy far, far away. It's like, so I feel like for Star Wars to make an impact, they have to start digging in these crates of like dope stories that they can sell. You know what I mean? Stop trying to use the old properties and tie in and like, hey, remember me? And you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Not everything has to be tied to Luke and Leia. Not everything has to be part of that
and their
singular
stories are
story.
done for the most part.
Yeah, they are, and that's what I'm saying. Like the Obi-Wan, to me, like I said, because it's well made and it's intriguing, but I still have that link to the original prequels, and so I love that. But at the same time, you're not building anything new. Like it's not a new audience; it's the same old story. You know how it's going to end. And here's the bad part too: is like Obi-Wan can't die in the series, so
Yeah.
like he's never
There's no
ever in.
stakes.
Yeah, he's never ever in any true peril. So like, there's no cliffhanger. There's no fake out that he's dead. There's nothing. Like he's gonna be in episode 4 as an old man. So that takes away part of that tension, and you go, oh God, here we go. So again, let us know what you think about Obi-Wan. Let me know if you guys liked it, if you guys enjoyed Obi-Wan. Again, I liked its opening. I like the reveals that it has. The visually, it's really great, and seeing Ewan McGregor back in that role is iconic. So I enjoyed it very much. But again, if you're not into it, or if you're not looking, if it doesn't pique your interest, I don't blame you, because again, it's the same old stories that they're telling. So let us know in the comments or in the chat if you guys agree or disagree. Tell us what your favorite part is of Obi-Wan, and even if you're watching it or not watching it. So that'd be interesting to see.
Yep.
All right. So again, I don't, your hot take isn't, it's a hot take, but I would say I agree with you. I totally agree with you. I think people just, aren't as interested. So the next thing we talk about is Thor Love and Thunder. So we've got a brand new trailer that came out.
I'm excited for this one.
I mean, it looks great. It looks amazing. Let me see if I can pull up the trailer here. We'll have it running in our background a little bit, but let me see if I can share some screens here. It'd help if I had this stuff queued up, right? Like a real show.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah,
downfall coming 1 minute before.
Well, exactly. That's what happens. So you get to see more of Thor in this trailer.
Yeah.
You get the reveal here of Jane Foster, and she's pretty badass. I mean, again, I like me some Natalie Portman though, so to me she's amazing.
Speaking of Star Wars,
yeah. Speaking of Star Wars, there's Padme. But yeah, man, I think this is what's great, right? It's like you have something else to look forward to in Thor: Love and Thunder. So, and then you got your first look at I think it was Gore, the God Butcher, right?
The God Butcher. The Butcher's coming.
The Butcher,
Listen, I'm predicting it right now, and it might not be like fully my prediction because I have heard rumbles, but I think Gore and Christian Bale's portrayal of Gore and what Gore can bring to the MCU, I think it's going to be one of the best villains we've seen in a very long time. Like rivaling maybe for me personally, I enjoyed Killmonger as a villain, obviously Thanos, but I think this is going to be like that level of like, I know the backstory, so I'm assuming they're going to tie in a lot of his backstory of how he becomes the God Butcher and how he becomes powerful enough to kill these gods.
Right.
But I think there's going to be I mean, Christian Bale's a phenomenal actor. I mean, everything he does, he's like, isn't he like a method actor as well? Like super
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah, he dives deep into his role, and he gets
Yeah.
into a weird headspace for sure to get ready for his roles. But um I all I only complaints I hear
Yeah.
is that I guess he's not comic book accurate.
Yeah, because he's supposed to have like tentacles off his head, like, and he's not supposed to have a nose. But
Oh, like
some,
Voldemort?
yeah, exactly. Somebody made the point. It's like, well, then he would just look like Voldemort. Now, I can say if he had the tentacles on the head, then there's a little bit of distinction. But then you also got to think the Pirates of the Caribbean, like, you know what I mean? Like, we've seen the tentacles. So I don't know why they didn't put the tentacles on his head. Maybe, and that's another thing. We haven't seen, I don't think we've seen him fully powered up yet. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, like, we don't know what he looks. Maybe he has like an aura of like tentacles. You know what I mean? Like, who
Yeah,
knows?
I mean,
Marvel's really good at hitting realistic portrayals of the comic books and trying to be accurate to the comic books because they understand what it means to these fans. But you know what I mean? Like, we'll see. Like, I don't think he looks bad. I think he actually looks great.
yeah, no, I think so. Maybe they're going to wait for a bigger reveal. Like in the movie that he'll either evolve or he'll be in that
He
form
gets
that we're looking for.
stronger, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Marvel's done it where they've manipulated the trailer where what you saw wasn't exactly what the end product was. So you never know. I guess they're going to give you a teaser of what he looks like, but I guarantee you, if they're hearing these rumblings, they probably know.
And yes, and I agree. And another thing, think about What If and what was it, Doctor Strange? There's been a lot of tentacle use with monsters.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So maybe they wanted to like go away from it, so it's not like connected to that. But also this scene right here that we're paused on,
Mm-hmm.
I obviously early in God Butcher, like his early in Gore's like probably mythos. You know what I mean? Like this is probably when he decide or first kills and then decides like therefore he's gonna kill. And then you see what he looks like in other parts of the trailer where he looks a little bit creepier and battle worn, like he's
Yeah,
gotten
exactly.
into fights. So like we don't know what kind of powers he attracted. That's probably him on his planet form, where he, because in the comic he loses his family to I believe, I don't know what god or something, but he loses his family at some point. And I think he just, and also to a big homie's point right here, the symbiote sword.
Yeah,
that's another thing I'm excited. Have you heard anything about this?
no, I haven't. I honestly haven't. I mean, I know when he grabs the sword at first, like I heard some rumblings that's something that was pretty big deal, but looks like he's killing a planet here.
Yeah.
So I mean, is that the power of that sword?
So the sword's significance in the comics is that it is a symbiote sword from Null, which is like the king of all symbiotes, like the planet from where Venom is from, and like that lineage.
Oh, okay.
So that's what this sword is. That's, or at least in the comic books, that's how Gore gets the sword, and it is powerful enough to destroy like planets and gods. But now, Big Homie brings a good point of like, how far do they use the symbiote? You know what I mean? That I don't know. I feel like they'll mention it and keep it very vague in this movie to keep it open for like in the future. Oh yeah, we got to talk about this. To keep it open for the future, like if they do another tie-in with Spider-Man and Venom, and like how that can tie in, because I think that would be a dope thing to actually see, because we've never seen that on the big screen. And I'm sure there's cartoons, but like Venom going to that planet and stuff. So I think that opens that up, and especially since he's going around space and killing God butchers, you know what I mean? It's very possible he could get it from the actual, what do you call it? From the actual space and actual symbiote god. Right. But man, I think this is a gorgeous scene of like when he's on the scene and you can see, because I believe this is like Zeus's lightning.
Yeah, that looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can see like she gets color from holding it, and like when it like grazes over her face or something, like she'll have the color of her skin and stuff. But everything he touches seems to be like black and white. And I think that's going to be a sick, especially if it's every time. I think that's going to be a sick look, and that's something way and completely different we haven't seen in the MCU.
Yeah, big homie says here he loves the monochrome scenes, and I noticed that they would take the color out of the scenes when he's on camera or he's on the screen. So yeah, that's a pretty cool look. And then this fight going back and forth in a black and white type planet with that just hints of light or hints of color. I mean, really, it's something different. It's something to to keep interest for sure.
Yeah.
You know, And again, yeah,
Oh, right there. That was a
let
good
me
scene.
let me see if I can.
Oh, we got Nebula and Drax. But to that point though, look, that looks amazing. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't understand how you can be mad at that. Yeah, I get like if you want him to look like the tentacle guy, cool. But like that looks amazing, and that looks like sinister.
Yeah, it says here, except this big homie, except his eyes, they stay color too. Yeah, so you can tell right here, he's got that the eye color
Yeah,
right in there. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, this looks amazing, man. I mean, this
yeah.
looks good. And yeah, we just saw that we get Nebula and Drax,
Drax, yeah.
Sort of taking some action there. And I mean, it's gonna be fun, and Taika Waititi saying that this is the craziest thing he's done on screen,
Yeah.
which says a lot for him.
He played Hitler.
Right. I mean, he's done some crazy shit. So I'm kind of excited to see what he does with this, and how the property sort of moves on. And again, Thor is the first one to get his fourth movie. This is his fourth movie. Yeah, you see here Thor's in black and white in that scene, if it's the same scene, right? So
Yeah, I feel like, and obviously when they showed him earlier in the trailer, he had the color, so I feel like that's a power he gets towards the end. But I don't know. I have mixed feelings in terms of like maybe they try to kill Thor off. Like
maybe
like he's the last of the original Avengers, like the main one, at least the main ones, and I don't know, like he's gone through. I feel like that would be kind of sad though for his storyline, because he's gone through a lot of like turmoil, and he's kind of dealt with it the worst when you think about it. Like in the past, movies, like not killing Thanos and like how bad he felt, like so. I feel like this movie's gonna be funny because it has like that Taika Waititi like style and like that Thor Ragnarok style. But I think this is gonna get into some deep tones that people aren't really expecting, because they made it really playful in the trailer. But I think there's gonna be deep tones that we're gonna experience in this movie, honestly.
No, I think so. I think they're going to mess with the heartstrings, man. I think it'll be fun, but they know what's important in telling the story. Yeah, it may be Hemsworth getting killed off. Who knows, right? Like that would be insane. That would be insane.
Yeah.
Let's see. It says Gabe says maybe they sent Thor to the past when they had black and white television. He makes himself laugh right there.
He's chuckled himself. That's funny,
All right.
man.
So again, I'm very excited about this, and like I said, this is a comedic sort of scene, but it has a little bit of something for everybody, right? Like I mean, and it obviously shows that he's back in good shape. So I mean, shit, I wish I could be in a quarter of the shape that dude is.
You gotta take some testy.
Something, man. Something to help, man. I'm gonna need some enhancement.
Yep.
Which
brings us to our next sponsor. No,
yeah, our next sponsor. What was that?
Better Health.
Was that one that Frank Thomas hawks? All right, man. So let me know if you like the Thor Love and Thunder trailer, what you guys think of it. If you're gonna go see it, obviously you're gonna go see it, but what's your favorite part? And do you have an issue with the Butcher? Do you have an issue with the way he looks? Do you have an issue with that? Because if that is, then I want to hear why. I want to understand what your reasons are behind that. Because like I said, for me, it looks pretty cool. Look, again, if he had no nose, he'd look like Voldemort. I don't know about that. Let's see.
If he had no nose and they didn't do the tentacles, then that's all you would see is, oh, he looks like Voldemort, and they'll just get backlash for that. So it's like, well, you know what I mean? It is what it is, man.
Sometimes you can't win.
Yeah, and I mean, Marvel tends to make the best choice for the practicality of their movies.
For sure. So again, let us know what you think in there. Now, again, I got some comments here from Gabe. I don't like my round figure llama. Embrace it. Okay, no, I got it. I trust me. I go by the moniker of Big Llama for a reason. All right, so the next topic we have, unless there's any more questions on that, or if you got, is there anything we missed on that? Or
no,
okay,
yeah, I think we covered everything. Looks great. Yeah, I was trying to think of like if I had anything more, but it looks great, and I'm excited to see it. You know what I mean? It's coming out in what, July?
Yeah, yeah. So right around the corner. Oh yeah, Lexi says I read it wrong. Let me read it back again. I don't. Oh, I don't. I like my round figure llama. I got it. Okay. Thanks.
You read it wrong, Lama. Come on, dude.
I did. I did. Sorry.
Yo,
It
I
happens.
like that the chat is here. This was, man, you had me really sitting in a boring ass lobby before. There's no, I can see you loading up your screen. I can see us at the bottom. If somebody joins us, if we did that thing again, I would be able to see that. You just had me sitting and playing nothing. I was like, well,
Okay, so you said you wished you were in a quarter shape as Thor.
he really wants to hammer that point in.
You said it. You said it. All right. Well, the one thing I wanted to talk about, because I just got back from seeing it. I know you haven't seen it. You might not have as much interest as I did, which is okay. We all have differing opinions. Is the new Top Gun movie Maverick, or Top Gun Maverick? And what's funny is I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was great. And then I get in the car, and Mama Llama was actually going to join us tonight and give her hot take on it, because she liked it, but she didn't like that there was a repeating element, like a reboot type element to it, like almost like The Force Awakens gets that criticism that, like, you just took what they did in the original and you just changed the characters and you did this all this stuff. It kind of does that. It kind of does that a little bit. The same kind of beats of the first movie are in this movie. But I found it to be very entertaining, very fun. And I thought for sure that, maybe they were going to screw this up. But honestly, the serious, it wasn't, wasn't there to try to, prove a political point or a statement. It really just was like, hey, you remember Top Gun? Here it is again. And here's all the fun shit you loved about the first one, but we've upgraded it to even more planes, even more explosions, and cooler fight sequences. And what's funny is that when the movie started, right, they played the same exact song, not song, but like the same exact soundtrack from the first one, and the same exact writing. And I'm like, are we watching the first one again? This is what's going on. And I heard it. I'm like, oh, I'm in for this, because I'm old head. I'm like, yeah, I love this. Then they played the freaking Danger Zone right at the beginning of the movie. And I had, before they played it, I turned to Mama Llama. I said, if they play Danger Zone right now, I'm going to shed a tear. I think I'm going to shed a tear right now. And so they played it. I didn't shed a tear. I was excited. It was fun. But listen, it was just a fun movie. Honestly, was well worth the experience at the movie theater. I think it's not the same movie, though, if you sit at home and watch it, to be honest. It's just a different vibe when you hear everything and it's on a large IMAX screen and all that kind of stuff. But I had lots of fun. It was a summer blockbuster popcorn movie. It's not over the top serious. I just had a lot of fun with it. I think people should go see it. I think it's entertaining, and the story's pretty good. Ill, so he doesn't act anymore, to be honest. And I know this movie was made like 2 or 3 years ago, so before he actually lost his voice completely, I think he has some lines in here, which is tragic. Like, it's like him and Tom Cruise are at the same age, pretty much. And this guy looks like he's 100 years old, and he's decrepit, and he's got these ailments, but he has those things in real life. It's not like, that was the one sad part about the movie, was like, damn, like, this sucks that this guy, who's a great actor, is cut down in his prime and, really has to give it up. But, that was the one sad part. And then there's all these callbacks to Goose and everything else. And again, if you haven't watched the movie and you don't enjoy this shit, so I see you shaking your head. So
I watched like a couple, like, because I've been hearing about this movie for the past couple of years, because, like you said, it was made a couple of years ago. It was supposed to be released pre-pandemic, and then just kept getting pushed back. So I was just trying to, I was intrigued.
Man, I don't even know how they did it, but I'm telling you, lots of fun. But yeah, don't expect deep Oscar-worthy type stuff, man. It's just fun, and it's Bruckheimer. It's the same guy who makes, I think they worked on Con Air and all these other types of movies where that shit just all fixes itself by the end of the movie. So um, let's see. We got some comments here. We got some people in the chat. Gabe really wants to see Top Gun.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind watching it in theaters. I mean, like you said, for the experience, it doesn't look bad. The trailer honestly looked okay. I know what I'm going in it to see it. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't mind seeing it in theaters, but it's not. It wasn't something on the top of my list where I was like, "Let's go." You know, I almost did go see it because you said it was on the list, but then it was like, I just watched a couple things.
I'll say this, right? Like, there's some more comments we're gonna get to, but
yeah.
The reason I go and it hit me today, right? Because I was so happy watching this movie because I was there with my family. I usually take my boys, right? And we always go to all the movies together. But Mama Llama actually joined me on this one. And when there's like a tense scene and she grabs your arm, or that's the stuff that makes me happy. When people have an experience,
that's love.
It is love. It is love. But that's honestly, that's why I was grinning ear to ear watching the movie. I was so happy just to sit there and enjoy a movie. And then again, it had a great story. It ended, not so over the top, super sad, where I'm like, oh God, this sucks. Like I thought it was great. And I left the theater. We talked about the movie, and that's what the theater going experience. And the reason I love movies so much is that those little things like that. It's like you take somebody, they have an experience, you talk about it, and it's so much fun to just like the car ride home. I mean, for us, it was an hour drive home, but it was just fun to break it down, talk about it for a little bit, and just have an experience. So
it's good practice for the show too.
Oh, it is. It is.
Get your talking points in.
Well, I asked her, like, what'd you think? And she just said, look, it's like the first one. Like, there's a lot of similar things, but she enjoyed it as well. But she wanted to come on to tell me her points, but I think she's busy doing homework.
It's all good.
If she happens to walk in here, we're gonna put her on camera. We'll talk to her.
Yeah.
Jay Birdie's here. He says the party is alive.
Good day, big man Bird.
He said, sorry, I'm late.
Never sorry. Keep your tab open.
Rich is like, is better than the first one? No. I have not seen it yet.
But you haven't seen it yet.
But I hear many people liked it.
I haven't seen it either, so I can't really.
It's funny when people compare, like, honestly, like, all right, like Top Gun, the first one was made back in 1986, 87. And the HD and the IMAX cameras and all that stuff, it's not the same. It's not going to be the same. Yeah. And I watched Top Gun, the original, a couple days ago, like just skimming through it, just to get my feet wet and say, let me remember what I saw. And it was still a pretty good, decent movie, and it holds up. I enjoy it. But watching Top Gun Maverick versus the old one, if you compare them side by side, the special effects and stunts and there's no comparison there. But the original story is what gives you the feels, right? The original story is.
I think as movie fans, there's an objective way to judge the movies that come before, because that's a lot of things. Like, people get so married to like the older ones because that's what they grew up on and stuff, and they don't look at it like objectively. We're not saying rich or anything, what I mean? Not necessarily this topic, just overall. It's like, we can objectively be like, well, I like the prequels better than the first Star Wars, and not get, hated for, what I mean? Or and if it is a better movie, like, and that's good. That means they improved, because you wouldn't want a movie that comes out, the first one came out probably like 85, 89, something like that, 85, somewhere between then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? So, like, if they didn't make a better movie, then it would have been, to me, a fail. That's what you're going to do. You want to take that storyline and make it better. So, I mean, I haven't seen either. So I don't know. I can't really give you a honest opinion, but
like I said, it has its moments of fan service. They give you lots of fan service. So if you're a fan of the first one, and this is the good thing, if you haven't seen the first one, you don't need to. Like, they explain some of the stuff that happened. They do some recaps. So if you're first time going into it and you haven't watched the first one, you will understand for the most part. It won't hit you as hard. Like, there's some parts that hit you a little bit in the feels because of what you remember in the first one. But if you didn't see it, it's okay. They do a good enough job telling the story that you can understand it and understand the stakes and why certain people feel a certain way. So, again, but you're right. I enjoyed it. I think it was great. But again, you want to see something better. You want to see something better. I don't want to see the same movie over again.
Yeah.
Don't do the Lion King live action remake. That was terrible. But let's see. Gabe is just shouting out Jay Birdie.
The flock is here.
The flock is here.
Hey, Celtics 82-79 against the Heat with 10 minutes left in the quarter. Yo, let us know. I want to see the Heat go, honestly. Florida boys.
You want to see him go, move on, right?
Move on, yeah.
Yeah, I got it here.
Oh, snap. Let's go.
Refreshing. I got it here refreshing. So we're down by 7, and I'll keep an eye on it. So if hopefully the Heat can pull it off.
Turn this into a basketball watch party impromptu,
Yeah, exactly.
like last night. Oh
God, yeah, we gotta talk about that.
Speaking of last night, yo, I thought it was dope that somebody was like, even though he tried to get me to move my screen, he's like, dude, do you not understand what we're doing? Like, no. He's like, I'll Venmo you $10 to move your camera. No, dude. Like, you can give me $10, I'll give you the link.
So, I think that was so it was so weird that this guy was just like in there and he's like, hey guys, we're watching the fights. We're like, which one? No.
Yeah, he just popped in,
Yeah.
which is great. To me, it's fire because what does that mean?
Yeah,
Who's the guy? Who's the guy? He's like,
he saw Fight Companion and he jumped right in.
He was like, no, but like he knew there was a big fight and was like, that guy usually streams big fights.
Exactly. So
I thought that was cool.
You're getting the name
on my stream.
You get a name for yourself out there for sure.
Hey, the fight guy.
The fight guy. Rich has one more comment on Top Gun. He says, I'm not much for remakes, etc., but I will give it a chance. Like I said, if you like Top Gun, Rich, you're going to enjoy this one. Again, it's lighthearted, it's fun, it's a summer blockbuster, and the story is compelling and it's fun. And what the big plus is, again, the action sequences and the special effects and everything.
It's not necessarily a remake; it's more of a sequel, no?
It is a sequel. It's totally a sequel. But the in the first one, it was who's the best fighter pilot, and then like at the end they squeak in like a mission. Like this one has a mission from the beginning of the movie. So like why they're doing what they're doing. In the first one, it was like, oh, who's going to be the best pilot? And yes, that was fun. But like at the end, they're
would you happen to know? I was going to ask, would you happen to know that like why they didn't continue the franchise after the first one? Like back then, did it not do as big as it was? Especially like
no, it was
you would
huge.
think Tom Cruise. Yeah, so it was huge.
It was huge and responsible for why like 80% of the people who signed up for the Air Force and the Navy at that time. But they used it for recruiting for sure. No, I don't think that back then they were thinking of properties to be extended.
Like extended.
Yeah, extended to 2, 3s, and 4s. I think if there was good reason to do it, but the story seemed to wrap itself up in what Maverick, how Maverick sort of gets through the first movie. It pretty much is tied up in a bow. Like there's really no good reason to follow him anymore. You'd have to give him tragedy. You'd have to give him some. But he's like I said, enough time has passed where you come back and revisit him. He's an old man. There's a story there for him to be the grizzled veteran who does the training now, that type of thing. So, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think they were focused unless it was like something like it was for kids or something like those are what in the 80s had a lot of 1, 2s, and 3s for like kids, and they all usually sucked after the first one for sure. Let me just refresh the still 86-79 the Celtics Heat. So
we gotta keep an eye on that one right there.
We will keep an eye on it. We will for sure. Let's see. So the other thing we had going on this week is Stranger Things dropped its complete thing, right?
I really don't. I don't want to talk about it, bro. You haven't seen it. Okay. I don't want to spoil it. I'm kind of like, and honestly, I did it. I watched it in my weird way where I it was like 3 a.m. I was just forward through every episode for the highlights, and I watched the whole season in 2 hours. And
okay. Hey, I was just watched it.
Yeah, it was just it's just what I do. But I'm definitely gonna sit down and watch. I just haven't. It's been so long since the last season, and I don't remember everything. Like I started remembering when I was speed watching it, but I was just like, I want to watch it again, like from beginning to now, see what it was. But I mean, from what I've seen, though, it looks kind of fire, and I know you're doing speaking of big homie said he's waiting. He's like, I'm anticipating episode 6 Stranger Things from Llama. And I told him, I said, you got a couple in the tuck. So
Yeah, so big homie, episodes 6 and 7 double feature hopefully drops tomorrow. So
wait, you dropping both of them?
yeah, episode 6 and 7 double feature because I want to do
Is it in one video?
In one video because I want to do the season finale of season 1. That one is a longer episode, which will take me a little bit longer time to edit.
Oh, just a suggestion. Why don't you cut it in half and drop 2 videos, like one this week and then one next week?
Maybe
because you already got them ready.
Yeah, it's true.
And it gives you more time to watch and edit. But yeah, I want to talk about Stranger Things. Maybe we do something like when you actually finish the series, and like I'll rewatch it as well because I enjoyed the show. And you know, I was really thinking about. I was talking on chat. It was like I want to talk about it, but like even homie was tough. Like, don't spoil it for him. He's not even past season 1, so it's like I can't even like talk about past seasons to like allude to new. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't even want to talk about it. It looks fantastic. What I seen looks good. The graphics look good. The acting was good. You know what I mean? So I'm excited. It's getting good reviews. And I think next month is when they drop because they only dropped 3 episodes. Oh,
yeah. Part 1 and
so,
part 2,
part
right?
1, part 2. So it's not like I watched like a crazy amount of episodes, just like half of the season. So
I think the episodes are like an hour and 20, right? An hour and 30 and some change.
They're pretty good. They're pretty good length. Quality looks good too.
I talked to Junior Llama, and because he's watched the whole series, and he's watching it now, the latest one. He basically, this is how he assesses it every time. He says, season 1 mind blowing, season 2 season 3 great, right? And I'm like, oh, okay. So do I skip season 2? And I'm like, it's like, well, you can't for the channel. So I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Shout out Junior Llama. No, I was gonna say, I was like, he's not talking about Little Llama, but shout out Junior Llama for graduating. I sent him a message. I was like, we got to get him back on the channel, man.
I know. I hope he's listening. Maybe he'll jump on. Yeah. Let's see. Rich has one last comment here because he was talking about Top Gun. He says, but yeah, I hear people from my generation who saw Top Gun Maverick, and they said it's an awesome movie. So it does sound like it's worth watching. No, like I said, you will not be disappointed. I think if you like the first one, you're not going to be disappointed. They give you everything you want, with the exception of a couple things that I wanted, but it's okay. They did explain why a certain character wasn't there, and I was like, shit, that sucks. But other than that, man, it was great. Trust
Spoiler. Me. No. But Rich, if you watched it, let us know what you think next week or whenever you catch it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'd be interested to know your take.
Yeah, man, because I mean, if Rich, you like it, man, and you need to let us know why. Like what's going on with it, or if you didn't like it, like I'd be really interested to hear that if you didn't like it for sure. Yeah. So yeah, we really can't talk Stranger Things because it'll spoil it. I just wanted to mention, obviously they have the fourth.
Did you even see like the trailer or anything?
No, I purposely didn't watch it because it's funny.
Yeah, spoiler for the.
Well, it's funny because in the when I'm doing the videos, right, I always go to IMDb, do the trivia piece. And thankfully IMDb sort of splits it out. They put just like trivia, and then they put possible spoilers. Like they have a little line that says possible spoilers. So I don't read past that. It's only 1 or 2 things that they tell you, and so the trivia is sort of quick hits, and that's it. But I've done really well not to know much about the next season or the next thing or this season coming up. Although I do notice that the characters are older, like way older.
Yeah. I mean, it was on a hiatus for I think like 2-3 years, something like that, like something crazy.
It's been a while, and these guys have done. I know a lot of them have done other projects. I know a couple of them did the It movie, right? A couple of them did. It Chapter 2, right?
The main kid, not the one that gets taken, but like one of the main ones.
Yeah.
He did like what was it, Ghostbusters?
That's right.
I heard that's getting continued as well.
Yeah, they're doing another Ghostbusters, which I'm okay with that. But like some people, I don't know, man. Like this, I have beef with this issue, man. Like why? Like again, I know that there are people who are like, why can't you just make new properties? Why can't you just make up new stories? But the new stories are the same as the old stories. It just change the names and change the location and the character. So why not go with something that people already love and enjoy. I don't have a problem with reboots and remakes, and you know,
I see.
sometimes.
I see both sides, but like again, like if I ever like sat down and like took the time to actually do it, I would like to write new properties and or not new properties, but like like a screenplay and want to write. So like I look at it as like Hollywood maybe not giving creators like that reign and you know what I mean, because like it's easy to see like, well, people like the Ghostbusters. This is gonna make more money than something that this guy just made up about ghosts and hunting ghosts. So why not we just make the one that we already know did good? But like as a creative and as somebody who wants to see like new ideas fleshed out, like I would like to see new properties. But like you said, it's no problem to redo something. But it's just like now we're literally in the age of like, let's remake.
Oh
We
yeah,
know it works. Let's remake it. We got Star Wars remade again, and you know what I mean. Like you said, they took the old stories. Like, how can we make it kind of similar to this? You know what I mean? So it's like we know what sells, and it's just a safe route, really.
yeah. Birdie has a good comment. Sometimes Hollywood gets too greedy. Godfather Part 3. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you have two bona fide classics, like cinematic classics that are stamped in the in as American classics, right? Like they've been certified. Then you get greedy. You go, hey, let's do it again. Let's do Part 3.
Yeah.
And sometimes that does happen. So, but listen, man, I don't. I think entertainment is entertainment, man. I think it's just like some people just get too. And I hate to say this because again, I look at things and I enjoy them, but some people just get way too into this shit. Like they have a personal like attachment. And I get that for sure. But there's nothing that like it's all entertainment. It's all for fun. It's all to escape. It's escapism. It's not fucking rocket science and it's not
Yeah.
the Bible or the gospel. It's just like somebody is a story and oh here we go. Gabe gives us a good one here. He says cough cough Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly it. Like let's just have fun. Add characters. Let them fly freaking cars to the moon. Who gives a shit? If it's entertaining and fun and spectacular, people are going to watch it. If it's a piece of shit, nobody's going to watch it.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing too is like I honestly think gone are the days of like this fake marketing where like they hype up these movies, right, and like create this like frenzy around a movie. And because of the leaks, because of spoilers, because of the internet, because of people like us talking about leaks, and like you can't do that anymore. You can't sometimes you can't like, and then the reviews,
Not necessarily. I think it's the spoilers only reach the people that want to see the spoilers. Like, of course, there's situations where like early in our Llama adventures, Llama would have his rants about spoilers for like the Loki episodes. Like, of course, it can come across your thing, but I think the leaks are for the people who like me, because crazy enough, like most people aren't how I am about leaks or like searching it, but there is like a whole group of them. And I think like for movies like what's this guy's name? Jordan Peele's next movie. There's no leaks about this movie anywhere. It's iron tight and it's a new property and he does well with that. And that marketing and what he's doing with that movie, I think is an example to like it can still work. It's just, like with Marvel, things are gonna get leaked because it's Marvel and people want to know, and you can make money off the information, right? But if it's other movies that they can come out with like a good marketing, I mean, because marketing's still marketing at the end of the day. Like if you catch people's attention, it's gonna get their eyes.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like with the leaks, I don't think that really has anything to do. I don't think it affects as many people as, you know what I mean? Especially because you're not like, we're like super, even you, like I'm into it, but even you at some level, like you're searching for movie things. So of course leaks are going to come across your thing just because you're already searching for information on movies. So, you know what I mean? The average person, I don't think's really, they'll probably search the trailer and that's it. You know what I mean? So then they're not going to come across these leaks and stuff. So if a good marketing like team comes with a movie like the Jordan Peele one, I think it's going to capture people's eyes. The leaks aren't going to be out there. It's like the anticipation for that movie is high,
Yeah. And that's the one thing I would say is hopefully sometimes you just have to experience a movie. Like a Jordan Peele movie, you got to just experience
you have
it.
to.
You can't trust somebody else's because 10 different people watching have 10 different opinions on what that movie
is. And that's the beauty of what he does.
For sure. for
He
sure.
creates conversations around his movies.
Yeah. Now, this is a good point that Rich had, and this is the one thing I wanted to ask. Like, because I heard they're going to remake Smokey and the Bandit. Good God, no. Like some movies don't need a remake. Like people aren't clamoring for Smokey and the Bandit. Who knows who the hell Smokey and the Bandit is? Like if you've got to be a really old '80s head to know that was even good, and it wasn't that good. It was okay. It was a good movie, but like it wasn't like, oh my god, I can't wait to see what Smokey's doing this time. Like he's 100 years old. But like no, some things don't need to be remade. And Birdie says here, has there ever been a good sequel that followed a shitty one?
Yeah, Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, because that was after Dark World, right?
Yeah.
So
And that's the worst of the Thor movies.
For sure. Oh, here we go.
Grease
2.
Oh, man. We gotta do a watch with the Blackout crew on Grease.
Well, you like Grease. I love Grease. But I enjoy Grease too. I don't know.
I don't remember Grease 2. I know I've seen it because I remember seeing it at like Blockbuster and like being intrigued, but I don't think I think my sister got it. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I was like clamoring for like let's get this. But I think I saw it and it wasn't memorable. So you know, Grease 1 only. That's the only one that lives in my mind.
Shameful llama admission.
Yeah, is it on Blu-ray?
No, I do have it on Blu-ray. I was listening to the soundtrack just the other day when I was working out.
Because after our last time we were talking, why you working out? That's weird, Llama. You better shape up. Ooh, cause I need a man. Come on, Llama.
Oh my God, no. I mean, listen, this is weird because I tell because I'm working out with Little Llama, so him and I are hitting the gym. But I tell him, it's like, look, if I'm lifting heavy stuff, I want to throw stuff around. It's hardcore, that nasty funk rap and just like metal, right? That's what I want. I want to be angry. I said, but if I'm just working out, like we're just going through the motions, it's everything under the sun. It's a little bit of Spanish music. It's a little bit of like High School Musical, Grease.
High School Musical, Llama, please don't say that again. High School Musical.
Listen, man,
we got street cred out here. Llama. Come on.
nothing but the honest truth for me, man. I'm telling you, I'm secure in my masculinity. I love. Actually, what's funny is I watched High School Musical for my kids. I really did.
Yeah,
and I wound up watching them for myself. Like by the third movie, I was like, I can't wait for this third movie to come out. Like, I got sucked
Zac
in.
Efron's such a good actor. I can't wait.
Zac Efron's the man. I can't wait to see his senior year.
I love Corbin Blue.
Corbin Blue. Push it to the limit.
Listen,
all right, anyway.
High School Musical gave me my baby Vanessa Hudgens.
I'm telling you.
I can't hate on it. But when it comes to working out, I like up tempo beats. Like they gotta have fire beats, and like sometimes it's inspirational, like drug dealing to riches lyrics. You know what I mean? I gotta hear a drug dealer say he used to sell crack and now he's making $1 million on a deal. And I'm like, yeah, I love that. I love that. I'm going hard right now.
Right. I'm gonna sell that weight. Oh God. Let's see. We got some comments here. Rich says he's talking about Smokey the Bandit. I know who Smokey the Bandit is. This is the late 70s. Burt Reynolds and Jackie Gleason, Sally Field were in Smokey and the Bandit. No, I watched them, and I watched Smokey and the Bandit, Cannonball Run. I've watched all of those. I just don't think people today really care or understand like that movie. I loved it because it was funny at the time for me, but I don't want to see it again. It's like Dukes of Hazzards or Starsky and Hutch. Remember they were remaking almost every 70s.
Yeah, but wasn't the Starsky and Hutch one kind of cool?
Starsky and Hutch was decent, but I'm just saying that like at that moment they took every 70s property they could find and they were remaking everything.
That's something we're always gonna see for the rest of our time. Especially with like any new property that hits, we're gonna see Twilight again. You know what I mean? Whether it's a remake or an additional story, or I don't know how, but we'll see a Twilight again, and we'll see Harry Potter. You know what I mean? They did it with Harry Potter way too early with the Fantastic Beasts. I think they should have let the Harry Potter thing breathe. I think if Harry Potter was made now, though, the universe that would have came around it would have been like Marvel level, I think.
Oh yeah,
You know
it
what
would
I
have
mean?
been
Like
huge.
the way that it captivated everybody, also a different time, and movies were still like that prevalent. But I think now if we would have got like a Hogwarts cinematic universe,
Yeah,
it would have
the
been sick.
HCU.
HCU.
No, you're right. No, you're right. The actors would have been pinned for
Ever.
spin-offs and
Yeah.
it would have been a much better thing. But I like what they did with it. But yeah, they didn't give enough time for it to marinate a little bit. So Ace says Grease 2 was okay. And Gabe is quoting the lyrics. You better shape up, Llama, because I need a man. Gabe 2 says Grease 2 was hot garbage.
Hot garbage.
How dare you, Gabe Roman?
He said
Dare you?
hot
How dare
garbage.
you? Let's see. Jay Birdie, top 50 something Llama shows ever.
Always. What is this, 53rd?
I think so.
We're on the road to 100. Oh, damn it. I looked it up. Our date, our anniversary.
Oh,
I
what was
forgot
it?
It's like next month.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a month away. I bet you it's the weekend that we're gone too.
I bet you it is. Everything's happening that weekend. Gabe says Corbin Blue was that for real that guy.
He was that guy.
He was that guy. Let's see. Rich says I can't watch Grease or Grease 2 anymore. Back in the days, my aunts and my female cousins watched it so much, always using the VCR.
Yo, Grease got one of the biggest cult followings ever. Like every woman I know, it don't matter how old they are, they've seen Grease and they love Grease. It's crazy. It's like the ultimate like girly not rom-com. It's like the ultimate girly like love story, like high school teenage love story. Is like I want my Danny Zuko in his fast car and his leather jackets.
Danny Zuko. Gabe wants to let us know he likes old Jeezy and old Lil Wayne for working out. And Jay Birdie, Travolta is that guy.
That guy. Travolta is.
All right, so this is not going to make anyone happy, but 56 seconds left. The Celtics are up 98-93.
5 points. Oh, shit,
yeah.
Oh, man.
It might be a shitty weekend for those guys.
Yeah. I called it. I did say I wanted the Heat to win because I'm a Florida boy, but Jason Tatum's just too nice, man. And it's just that Celtics seems like they're on the right path of being really good and building towards like another Celtics run, I think.
For sure. I just thought of something, and let me see. I don't know that the chat will indulge me on this, but so again, I'm always shamefully admitting the things that I think people would probably mock me for or make fun of me. Superstar, Grease, now High School Musical is another one now.
No. Grease is all-time classic, brother.
Oh, well, exactly.
Yeah. High School Musical though.
Yeah. So, if you're brave enough, what is your
guilty pleasure?
Your guilty pleasure, the one thing you watch shamefully in your home by yourself because PG. I'm not talking about other stuff.
Well, there was this one that I seen.
No, I'm talking about movies we could talk about on the channel or things that you saying, whatever. If anyone wants to tell me what their guilty pleasure is, I'd be willing to close the show just sort of reading some of these things out. Because, again, we expose ourselves a lot here on the show, and we let it wide open. So Rich says here, as musical movies go, my favorite, the original Blues Brothers movie. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Jay Birdie on his indulging guilty pleasure, the Food Network.
Food Network. That's hilarious.
He watches Lifetime.
Yeah. Honestly, Lifetime movies used to slap. Like, my mom would watch Lifetime all the time. And I used to be like, why do you watch it? Like, it's just a bunch of stress. Like, everything is just so sad. But then, like, when you sit down and watch it, it's like you get intrigued. It's like, the babysitter's the serial killer. It's like, what?
I've learned to not like shit on people's stuff. Oh, look at this. We had
bots. Yeah,
we had bots that came in here. I said guilty pleasures. They came running in here. Ace says Urban Cowboy.
I don't know what Urban Cowboy is. That sounds wild.
Guys, if you're interested,
they'll satisfy your needs.
They'll satisfy your wishes online. I don't know who these guys are.
You got some freaky followers, Llama. Come on, boy.
All right, we got them off the thing. We blocked those guys. Food Network, Urban Cowboy. Let's see. Rich says I watched Swamp People.
Swamp People.
Is that a show? Yeah, I think it is a show.
I think it is.
Yeah. Let's see. Urban Cowboy is a great movie. Yeah. So Urban Cowboy. That sounds crazy, but someone said that's a good movie. Is John Travolta in that movie?
My guilty pleasure shoes as of recently.
Yeah.
The
one you're not proud to tell the homies you watch.
Damn, man. I pretty much tell them all of them. I'd be like, yo, Vampire Diaries. It would be Vampire Diaries, but I love it so much that I don't even care. It's not necessarily good. I just want people to watch a great show. And people are like, yeah, man, that's so stupid. But nah.
Gabe says first 48 or Naruto? Naruto. That's anime. I don't watch that shit.
You don't watch anime? Anime's fire, dude.
I like anime. My kids watch more of it than I do, though.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Honestly, it really is. Yeah, man. I don't have a guilty pleasure. I haven't seen something where I'm like, I can't. I mean, that's the thing. I'm very open because I love romantic. I love romantic movies like The Vow. Like I watch that and cry my eyes out. Nobody around. You know what I mean? My guilty pleasure is crying when I see people win championships alone. It'll be 3 a.m. I'll be a little intoxicated, like watching somebody win a UFC belt, and I'm over here tearing, or watching like Call of Duty teams win championship. I'm like tearing, like, when will I get my turn? I want to win. That'll be my guilty pleasure.
So yours is alcohol induced, like you get.
Oh, not alcohol. Yeah, alcohol.
No, I'm saying you know what I mean? You're like, oh man, look at those guys.
Yeah, like wow.
Bertie says I watch Dragon Tales a couple times a year.
Bertie watches Degrassi too. But I don't know if he would call that. Yeah, I don't know if he'll classify it as a guilty pleasure because he watches it openly on the stream. You'll hear it in the background.
He loves this. This is the episode when Drake. No,
yo, literally, he'll tell me something. Honestly, because of him, I started like watching like Watch Mojo clips and be like top 10 Degrassi moments just to see what the show's about. Yo, that show is dark, bro. That show is super dark.
It was dark. Let's see. A says yes. Travolta is an Urban Cowboy. And
yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Let's go.
Oh my God. So yeah, man. Degrassi. Like I said, I've like I said, kids shows. Here's my one guilty pleasure. Not guilty pleasure, but like the one shameful admission. I have many of them, but okay. So when my kid, when Llama or Big Poppy Angie was little, right?
Yeah,
we watched the show The Wiggles. I don't know if you guys remember The Wiggles.
Yes.
So I buy him the DVDs. I buy him the soundtracks, and so I got the CDs in my car, and I'm like, let me pop this in real quick. And again, he's not in the car. I'm going to work. Pop it in. I'm starting to sing these songs, man. I'm like, this song slaps. I like this song right here. I like this right here. Crazy. And then I would start watching the videos, right? And not that I wouldn't watch them without him, but like I would be intently like into the story of who the producer is and who this guy is, and oh yeah, this wiggle was gone this week, and so I'm like, what's wrong with me? Like, what in the world is wrong? I was in the world, man. I was sucked in the Wiggles world. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, so that's my one. I had to say I don't think I've told anybody that until now that I was like so into
you popped it in.
I was popped it in, and oh, look at that.
Head.
Here we go. Jay Birdie knows. Fruit Salad is fire. That song was fire. Let's see. A says Bear in the Big Blue House. Yes.
Oh, that's a classic. Too. That's classic.
I watched that one too. Let's see. Jay Birdie, Degrassi is wild.
Yeah, it is. That shit's.
Gay Roman. Oh, it's supposed to be stuff I watch on the DL. Oh, well, say I watched the Twilight series and I thought it was pretty good.
I watched every Twilight movie in the theaters.
Oh, did you?
I took a different girl every time.
You wanted a different take every time? Like you just
yeah.
What'd you think? Oh, the last girl, she didn't like this episode, so you're next.
Yeah. What'd you think about the last one? I know I didn't take you. I was supposed to, but somebody else piqued my interest that day.
I watched I honestly haven't finished. I've watched the first 2 Twilight movies, and that's it. I have them here. I have them sitting here on the shelf because of Mama Llama watched them all, and I bought them all for her. But I haven't watched anything beyond the second movie, so
It's not bad, man.
it's not bad. Well, listen, some bad news, people.
It's over.
It's over. The
Damn.
Heat run is done. Celtics move on.
Celtics take it, man. It don't matter. Warriors are winning the championship no matter what.
Okay, so that's your prediction.
Yeah, there's no other prediction. What are you gonna say? These guys are hot, unless somehow Dallas beats them, which I don't see.
Let's see. We got back-to-back World Series champ bitches.
Oh shit! I'm gonna be the show.
Oh, okay. Congratulations, Bertie. Way off context. I didn't know what you're talking about, but
his first two seasons, he won the World Series. Like, Bertie, what are you playing at, dude? Yeah, he's beaming.
Gabe says here, quote, took a different girl every time. Quote, Lucy.
That was our grandma's favorite. Don't bring no home, no Lucy Flucies.
Jay Birdie says, let's go Celtics.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Heat hater. Rich says, I like the TV series on AMC called Lodge 49, but they stopped making other seasons.
Oh, shit.
I don't know what that is. Lodge 49?
It sounds like a firehouse in a place where there's a bunch of, like, wooden lodges. Yeah. I don't know.
Lodge 49 to the rescue. F-Boss. Okay.
Go pack your car. True Blood. Oh, so I always wanted to watch True Blood, and I started it like, I should start it because I put like the first episode on, you know what I mean? Because it's supposed to be like a bloodier version of Vampire Diaries. I just never continued it, but I'm gonna have to check that out.
I've never watched Vampire Diaries, so I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yo, Vampire Diaries, I'm telling you, it's one of the first season is really like the most teenage, like high school drama season. And then once you get past that, it's just a bunch of vampires ripping people's hearts out. And it's like, this is sick.
We got to watch that.
That's what got. I swear to you, when the first time I saw somebody get their heart ripped out, I was like, oh, this is my show. It's got a love story. It's got hearts ripping out. I'm cool, man.
They're vampires.
Yeah.
And
I'm telling you, it's the only show I ever in my life finished the whole series and then started it over and finished it again right after I finished. I swear. Damn. I was depressed too. I tell a lot of people that, but I did that, and I was like, "This is the only show that made me do that." I don't know what else would make me do that.
Oh my god! Birdie says I watched Firefly. A says True Blood better. All right. Okay. Is better. Okay. Gabe said I want to watch True Blood as well, and never got. I heard it was actually good. Yeah, I heard it was good too. I've never seen it.
Especially at that time, I think HBO was on fire.
Oh yeah. Rich says the new Creepshow seasons are good. Okay. Scary stuff on like regular TV episodes, I really never got into, but I used to watch The Crypt Keeper and that type of stuff on HBO. Late night, I'd watch, I think it was The Hitchhiker on USA Network. For you 80s heads, that was like the what people would like consider like a little bit risque at night, but it was on the USA Network, so like you didn't really see anything. But like me, young llama, watching this, I'm like, ooh, something's happening.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, oh, look, something's happening. And it was like a creepy ass show, the music and everything. Let's see. Jay Birdie says Lion King 1.5. there is that 1.5.
There is that 1.5.
Oh god, I have it, by the way. So let's be honest, HBO has always been fire. Yeah.
Honestly, to be honest, they got one of my favorite shows of all time, Insecure.
I have not watched that show, and because of you, I want to watch it. Like honestly, you talked about it so much, and you were going through like an emotional state the final season.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because it was during the llama show, and it was literally Sundays.
Yeah, but you kept tweeting about it. I'm like, oh man, he's really loving this show.
Oh, because as a kid of color, you don't see, like, especially like now you see it a little bit more. But like me growing up, in our time we were growing up, we didn't really see like that much representation of people of color and like an actual representation of what what happens in like our communities. And I think like Insecure really is like the perfect depiction of like modern day people of color like going through life and then not only that, but then like just going through your life at the age of like 28, 29, 30, you know what I mean? Like the later ages where like you're supposed to have it, you know, quote unquote together. And it's just like people going through real situations. And I think it's like it's well written, funny. That's some of the funniest things I've ever seen. So it's like, and I don't think that show, you can go wrong with that show, to be honest.
No, I'm gonna have to check it out for sure.
Yeah,
and I love HBO series. Like they've always pretty well done. Let's see. We got A saying The House of a Thousand Corpses. Doesn't sound like my cup of tea.
I think she likes scary stuff because Gabe
Yeah.
said that he'll wake up in the middle of the night. She'll be watching a scary movie. He's like, why?
No, hell no, man.
Like, why are you doing this?
Shit, right? I'd watch a scary movie, man, and then I'd like turn all the lights on. I'd like jump into bed because I wouldn't want my feet to touch anywhere near underneath the bed. I'd jump right in. So trust me, even as an adult, man, like right now, if I get scared,
as Big Llama himself.
listen. Some nights I leave the studio, I go to bed, and like the whole house is dark. And if I see something in the corner of my eye, man, I do like a quick, like a scurry, like, well, let me get in my bedroom real quick. Like, why wouldn't I address it? Why wouldn't I get to like if that was an actual person there? Why wouldn't I think me going to my bedroom and closing the door, everything's fine.
Yeah,
they just robbed my whole house.
Just kill your kids.
Hey,
how would you feel? Like, what the? Like, you just close the door?
I got a camera in my kitchen, so they'll see me a little scurry into the room and close the door.
You hear the slam of the door,
and then the thieves come in.
And you trip over. So you hear that in the background.
Oh
you
my god!
See the ghost behind go the opposite way. Oh,
exactly. Trust me, if I see anything in that camera, bro, I'm done. I'm done moving out. I'm moving out. Let's see. Jay Birdie's, he's listing the HBO shows.
Yeah.
Sopranos, The Wire, and Entourage.
I remember the first time I watched Entourage, and I was like, "Yes, this is my life. This is my life in the future."
No, listen, same man. I love that freaking show. I wanted to be.
We're gonna do the remake. Yeah, we're gonna do the remake with Blackout.
I'm telling you. I'll be Johnny Drama since I'm the oldest one in the group. No, that show was so good, Entourage, and it would like help you see like the inner workings of Hollywood and stuff.
Hollywood, yeah.
It was so fascinating. Obviously, Sopranos is a classic. Like you cannot go wrong with the Sopranos. Like that's like almost close to perfect.
I mean, Game of Thrones, what that did for.
Oh yeah, I mean,
everybody was. I didn't watch it, but everybody was hooked on it.
Yeah, now Game of Thrones was good. The Wire, I enjoyed The Wire a lot. A lot of jailhouse touching in there. Jay Birdie wants to hit us up with Taxi Cab Confessions. Yeah. A younger llama would watch that one for potential, activities. Taxi Cab Confessions.
Potential pop outs.
Something. Let's see. Gay says my other half is a horror junkie. Yeah. I read that right. Horror junkie, not horror junkie. So there's a difference. Yeah. He says love every gory movie. Oh God.
This next one's hilarious.
Let's see. She does her makeup watching videos on YouTube of a girl doing her makeup telling murder stories.
Listen, YouTube is the greatest thing on earth, bro. Anybody could find a lane for you, whether you want to be a consumer or a creator. You got a lane to tell your stuff. Like if you love, that's crazy. Makeup doing, like I would even have conceived of that. Now, like in my head, I'm like, we need a girl who does makeup and tell murder stories on Blackout. We need it. Stat. Ace, hit up my line. Have my people call your people. You're the first one. Like that's crazy.
That is crazy. Like, but you know what? I watch. Maybe it's not on YouTube, but I watch all those TikToks. Like I go down that rabbit hole of TikToks where they're telling the craziest thing you've ever seen on the internet, the most horrific thing you ever heard on the internet, and it's like autopsy is this, and they don't show anything because of the TikTok thing, but they'll have that little scary image, that grainy image of something that was a ghost or something. Man, I am hooked. I'm like, oh shoot, let me find the next one. Man, but there's something for everybody out there, man. It's crazy.
It's crazy. And it gives me, I mean, that's what gives me confidence. I really thought about this, and this is a completely side note, and maybe we end the show here, but like, I was really thinking about it earlier. Like with baseball, I've always had like you hear how I talk about my stream and like where I want to take it. Like I always say, like, oh, I'm gonna have 100,000 people watching me one day. And today was like the first day where I was like, you know what? Because in baseball, I was like always the major leagues. Like that was the goal. It was like I never was like, yo, I want to get to college and be like cool. Like I was never cool with that. It was like I had one goal and that was the goal. Even if I made it to AAA, I would feel like I failed, and I have. And that was something I had to like really like. No, like you took yourself from one spot to another, and you might have not got where you wanted to, but I think like it opened up, Blackout in a more real way. So it kind of might have happened for a reason, But with content creation, it really hit me today where I was like, yeah, I might actually hit, 100,000 one day, and that's my goal. But if I just create a living off of, a community that I built from the ground up that support me, and I can, like I said, create a living, and I'm maybe getting 1,000 views a stream or something like low, like that's a success because now I'm actually creating something. I what I mean? It was like the first time I was like, yeah, I might not reach where I think. I'll be happy, but I'm still gonna chase that 100,000 because that's what gets me up and gets me on stream when I'm like dead tired, like man, I'm sleepy as hell, but I got to stream all day until the Big Llama show. You know what I mean? So that was my last.
No, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. It's like it's you're building towards that new goals, right? It's like something new, and today it became real for me too. I got the projection for my first ad revenue, $6. I'm like, yeah, shit, yeah, it's working. So little things like that, little victories that we're going to get to those goals that we want to.
And that's the thing, man. Like you haven't had a video that hit, like, you know what I mean? Imagine you would have got your ad revenue in that week where you were leading up to it.
Oh God.
Like, so like, hey man, things are opening up for us, and it's just good to see the growth. We're close to a year on the show. We're close. I mean, you're already past a year on your channel. I'm reaching a year on streaming consistently. Like we see it every day. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like even Big Homie yesterday, we were chilling. He was like, it's funny. Like you just pop in, it'll be like 10 people watching. He was like, what the fuck? Like I seen when you had 0 people, it was just me and you. Like,
oh
so
yeah,
like,
exactly. We were like,
gotta keep doing what we're doing, man.
We were like, if anybody's out there,
yeah,
hey, we were like just shocked that anybody was out there listening. You're right. We're gonna wrap up very, very soon. So let me just finish up the chat here. Rich says the best HBO series of all time was Dream On. I did enjoy that one. I like that one a lot. I enjoyed it, I think, more as a married man. So I think when I saw this show, I was a little younger, but when I got married, I could appreciate the show a little bit better. Jay Birdie wants to let us know that he'll be Turtle in the Entourage.
Honestly, remake. He fits Turtle because Turtle seemed like the guy that was like, he just got everything done. Whatever you needed in the background, he was getting it done. And then, you know what I mean? Jay Birdie fits the Turtle. He's a much cooler version of Turtle, even though I mess with Jay Ferrer. He's cool as hell too. He's funny. So
for sure.
Turtle.
Who's the E? Who's the Eric?
I think we had this conversation. I think it was between like Justin or Hen Dog. Like one of them.
No, Hen Dog is Ari. Ari that's Hen Dog right there.
Yeah, honestly. But yeah, like Justin's more like the level-headed one. Like, yeah, we gotta be on track. So we have the cast, man. We have the cast. Hey, she said she got me for the makeup, murder mysteries.
Listen, she'll do makeup while she's telling you murder mystery stories. We're ready.
I've never, what's crazy? I like the murder things. My sister was like the first one who told me, like, because I asked her, I was like, you ever listen to podcasts that found out like there's one that about like it's called Horrible Decisions. They just talk about sex and stuff. And I found out we both mutually listened to that. But then she was like, I really listened to like murder mysteries. And I was like, what? Like, you just listen to people tell stories about murder? She's like, yeah, I love it. I don't know why. I just love it. And I'm like, whatever. And then one time I saw some dude like going through like murder mysteries on Twitch. And I was like, oh, I see the appeal. Like, yeah. This is pretty sick.
No, my wife watches First 48 religiously.
Yeah.
She'll watch it all day long. And she loves that shit. I mean, her and the kids are hooked.
Like I'll see people like, was it like SVU in those shows?
Yeah.
Like people love those shows too.
Although I get worried that my wife might be learning too many things about concealing murders.
Murders.
Maybe I need to start watching the show.
How to counter it? That would be a sick episode.
Exactly. It's like, let me figure this out because you know too much about what cleans up blood on the floor. I need to I need to understand what you know right now. Gabe, hot take. I've never watched Sopranos. Okay,
Hey, me either.
you should watch that. It's a good show. Rich says the movie Gummo will make you never want to eat spaghetti ever again.
I don't want to watch it. I love spaghetti, brother.
Dude, I'm one of those guys. Like, if you tell me don't look, I look. Right? Like, oh, don't look at that. You want to see that, and be like, but I really do now that you said that.
I need to see it.
Now I need to see that, but I don't know. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna search that later. I'm gonna search it later. See if it's worth it. Gay says, don't miss the Post Llama show with Jay Birdie. All right. So is there a Post Llama stream?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Nah, I'm kidding. I wanted to ask Birdie actually if he was gonna be on it because I think Gabe is gonna be there, R2R, and Mrs. Ace will be making an appearance with us on Warzone. So I'm eager to see. I know she's gonna curse us out because we hear how she talks to Gabe. Yeah. You know what I mean? So we'll see.
This person just keeps wanting us on there on you guys to know about their 18 plus dating.
Hey, thank you for the views.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I said, I can't knock their hustle for sure, but like it won't let me block them. So if you want to click on that, that's up to you guys. I'm not gonna stop you. I'm not promoting it, but I ain't gonna stop you. You know, what you do in the comfort of your home is your business. Let's see here. Don't miss the Post Llama show with Jay Birdie. Let's see. The show after the flocking show. Yep. Ace says, I like Forensic Files. There's another one of those First 48 type shows. First 48 is fire. Okay. Let's see. Gabe says they be in that room singing. Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure, man. Oh my God! They walk him in there and be like, "You want some Cheetos?" And they give him some Cheetos and be like, "Sign here." Tell them everything you got. Like, all right, man, these Cheetos were dope.
It's because they starved them for 24 to 48.
It's like, yeah, I know who did it. It was they just write everything down and say, "Oh, here's your lunch." Let's see.
I'll snitch on somebody for a pub sub.
Yeah, maybe.
You give me a pub sub, I'll tell you whatever you need to know.
It depends on who it is. Blackout member, I don't snitch. Maybe Hen Dog.
Give me a pub sub. And he stole my beers.
That bitch stole my beers, and I'm sure he killed that guy, whoever he is.
Yeah, I don't know if he did it or not, but I know he stole my fucking beer, so be on the lookout for that guy.
Again, I know Hen Dog says he secretly watches, so Hen Dog, next time we meet, just come over with a 6-pack. I'll drink with you, buddy. How's that? We'll be even Stevens. Gabe says, I like seeing the cases when they know the suspect is guilty and they can't get him to confess. The oinkers be so mad. The oinkers. All right. Ace, you just bringing up like old 80s wounds. Unsolved Mysteries was the scariest shit I've ever seen in my life.
For real?
And, because of the music and because I was young. Like when that music came on, the guy came on and he just like tell you, and they never found him. I'm like, oh God, he's out there. No, he's out there somewhere. He murdered 17 people. Oh my God.
What do you mean?
And that music and the guy's voice, man, I'm telling you, I was terrified. I was like looking around every corner. The guys here in my neighborhood, not knowing what syndication was, not knowing that this guy was on for 20 years. It was an old episode. I don't know. I felt like it was that moment in time.
Oh man.
Let's see. I've never had to interrogate Hen Dog. I'm bringing him a 6-pack.
If I ever get him talking, get him a little liquored up.
Hen Dog, you can have this right here. I like how they sound when they talk. All right, guys. Well, we've had a fun night. This has been a great Sunday night live stream.
Great episode.
Again, guys, in those of you who are off tomorrow, enjoy yourselves. Be safe out there. Don't drink and drive. If you're drinking tonight, enjoy yourselves. Have fun. Go watch some scary movies with Ace. or some first 48 or whatever you do. But no, honestly, guys, thank you so much. I want to thank everybody for participating in the chat. Ace, Gabe, Jay Birdie, Rich. We get
Homie was there.
the homie was there.
The sex spot.
The sex spot's all over this stream. So yeah, let me just let you know there. If you want naked, they'll satisfy your wishes online. There you go.
Dude, they'll satisfy.
Exactly. And if anyone wants to hit me up, let me know if that's actually true. That would be actually interesting to see.
Where you said, oh my God, they're back. They heard us.
Back. They heard us.
Oh, I'm scared.
Oh my God. They've taken over my chat. I can't get them off my chat.
Oh wow. the perks of getting this is what happens when you start getting monetized.
Exactly. Great show, guys. Thank you. Take a shot at Henny right now for your llama. All right.
Let's go.
All right. So yeah, these guys are taking over. So save the link, boys. Anyway, can't knock their hustle. But again, guys, thank you, everybody. Have a happy and fun Memorial Day weekend. Thank you, everyone, for getting us to 1,000 subscribers.
Yes, sir.
Be on the lookout for, at least for me, I got Stranger Things coming out. Hopefully tomorrow I can finish it up and send it out. And then I finally downloaded True Lies to do a reaction. I didn't realize that True Lies no longer streams anymore, so you can't really find it anywhere. I had to go to the old bootleg sources and find it. So now I'll be able to watch it. By
bootleg means he paid for it.
Right. I that's an old miners term, right? Bootleggers.
Bootleg, you know what I mean? Yeah. I bootleg things when I pay for it.
Right. I pay for a service, and it no. I stole that shit, bitches. All right. Anyway. Anyway. That's what I got going on this week, and then I'm gonna try to hit up some of the movies. I'm not gonna do any polls this week or next week. I'm gonna try to record as many movies as I can, because I need to put some stuff out for the week that I'm gone. So I'm trying to sort of stockpile a couple things. But guys, if you are interested in anything, let me know. Hit me up in the comments. And AD, so what's going on in yours in your world this week?
More streaming, man. That's really all it. I'm really heavily on the stream grind. Eventually, I'll get onto the YouTube grind, especially when I start school. I haven't really talked about it on here, but I'm starting media school, which I think will help not only for my channel and my content, but for the Big Llama channel and going forward for all of us in Blackout. Like, you know, I have a huge goal of creating our Blackout studio where we can have an in-person place to make content, and I think this is like the first step to that. So I'm just gonna keep streaming, keep getting better with my personality online, keep building the community, and keep growing, man. Like I think all of us we're doing really good work, and we got to keep going.
For sure. So guys, if you're streaming later tonight, I'll probably check you out. AD, I'll probably jump in there with you. But guys, thank you so much for joining me again. Let us know in the comments what you think about the show. Support the channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. Share with your friends. Let them know. Go to the Big Llama Show on YouTube. That's how you can support me. If you want to subscribe and to let people know, that's the way you do it. If you want to go to Twitch and support AD, BLKOUT_AD. That's his live stream. That's his channel. Make sure you subscribe, you follow, whatever you need to do. Hit us up on the socials as well. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter, Facebook. We're everywhere. So let us know. Interact with us, and we'd love to hear from you guys. So again, I'm the Big Llama. He's AD, guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Have a great night. We'll see you next week, guys.
Yes, sir.